Welcome to Robot House E3 coverage for Zelda Breath of the Wild. Zelda gets its own episode.
Yes, it does. It's Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wind.
Yes. Which really, when you think about it, doesn't make sense. The wind doesn't have breath.
Well, Wind Waker, so people were conditioned.
I guess. So I guess the wild technically shouldn't be it, since that's a very generic term.
Well, it's about the environment this time, according to Anuma, so...
Yeah. And that segs nicely into our first topic, the world itself. And
It's
granted,
huge.
we've only seen 2% of it, but Lord.
So Hyrule took steroids and became Xenoblade.
Mm-hmm. There's no ocean, though, because Hyrule is traditionally surrounded by mountains. So I'm kind of curious what they'll do there.
Well, we'll have to see, because I thought on one of the original maps we saw a large body of water that wasn't Lake Hylia.
Oh, that's true. Sometimes it does have a beach, so we'll see.
It could be like, it could have the Kanto Johto effect, where there's more areas off to the left there.
Yeah. Can't get to them right now, but wait for the DLC.
Beyond that invisible lake, invisible wall of the lake.
Look, all the towns from the Zelda games that Capcom made. Why would you ever want to get into this? I love the world. It looks...
It's a lot.
All we've seen is what's called the plateau, which is just basically grasslands, some mountains, and a forest. And it's just amazing.
It's alive.
I know. There's animals running around. Xenoblade got close to this. But this is way more immersive. You get to interact with the environment more. I'm actually really excited for Monolith Soft's next game.
Yeah, I think the studios are just like taking things from each other and trying to one up each other, and we're
Yeah, there's no doubt, because they helped on Skyward Sword too. There's no doubt in my mind that they're like, well, we've been working on open world tech for a while. If you guys want to use our stuff as a base, and they clearly did.
yeah, especially because at the beginning of the game you wake up in like a pod of sorts.
Yeah, stasis. Well, it says the Chamber of Resurrection, so
Right.
maybe you didn't wake up.
Right. That's going to lead into story, but the world, they're going for so much realism this time around.
I know.
Like, you're not getting money and hearts from the grass anymore.
Yeah, you have to trade ore. You actually have to work for your rupees now. I'm sure you can trade food and stuff as well, but...
And weapons aren't invincible anymore.
Yeah. You have to kill enemies and take their weapons. Or improvise. Sometimes you'll have to take a piece of wood from the fire and swing that bad boy around.
And using a pot lid has a shield.
I didn't see that. Is that actually something you can do?
Yes, that's what the very first demo thing was with, I think, Bill.
Oh, that's amazing.
He took their cooking pot lid and used it as a shield, yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo hasn't uploaded any of their footage yet. I'm a little disappointed. But hopefully that'll be coming Friday. Saturday.
I bet you could throw the lid, too, like a frisbee.
I bet.
Oh, and you cut down trees.
Mm-hmm. Cut down anything, really. Anything, I guess you get a separate axe for that.
Well, you stole the woodcutter axe, and you could do it with that.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure if you have like a battle axe, you can too. I don't know why you didn't waste it on that.
yeah, the trees just don't. If you cut them down, that doesn't automatically mean you're safe. You can fact.
Yeah, the physics engine is really neat. And part of that apparently is now there are square bombs and round bombs. So if you need to like activate a switch, you have one that won't roll around.
Right.
Which I love. Like, oh, our physics engine kind of screwed bombs, so now we have to go make flat ones.
And the environment does make a difference now. Like, when you go to the snowy area, if you're not properly equipped.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, yeah, that also segues into, we got RPG style elements here where Link has to wear, like when he wears clothing and stuff, he sees buffs and stuff.
His clothing affects his health in some ways. Like you mentioned, if you're not dressed warm when you go to an ice area, you'll lose health and stamina. I assume we haven't seen a desert yet, but it's a Zelda game, so there'll be one. And I assume in the desert you'll have to actually wear less clothing, or you'll succumb to heat stroke.
Ladies.
So I'm sure there'll be desert garb you can make as well.
Like the cloak from the trailer and that.
Or you'll literally just want to travel the desert at night and like set up a tent or something during the day.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Your weapons have stats. Your weapons, so you got Fire Emblem stuff going on here.
I'm sure you'll be able to repair some weapons. There's different types, like there's spears now.
Clubs.
Clubs. Staphos arms.
Yes, you can beat up Staphos, take their arms, and then beat them further into submission with them.
Yes. Which really is silly. You should take the leg. That's one of the more
It's bigger, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thickest bone in the body is your leg bone.
I've been impressed by some of the enemy AI too, like Staphos. You try to blow them up, they'll try to actually find their heads a lot faster.
Yeah. Well, the good thing about that is bombs can now detonate on demand. At least you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Right.
There's we'll get to it now. There's a crafting system and a cooking system. So you're rewarded for walking around the world and like picking things up. They showed plate armor, which I imagine you have to do quite a bit to get.
Right.
Cooking seems fairly easy. You start with a pot and aforementioned pot lid. So you could just basically, from what they showed, you just put the stuff in the pot, and then it becomes whatever food the recipe is. I'm sure you'll be able to collect recipes in towns and stuff. And if you just put in an inedible concoction, you'll get pixelated censored food that even the game doesn't know if it's safe to eat, which right. I love.
And the food has more than just restoring health options.
Oh, yeah.
The peppers and stuff, they'll give you cold resistance up and...
Yeah, it'll affect your ability. Yeah, that's right. That's neat. So, like, I'm sure it'll be like food that'll give you infinite stamina. Maybe you can make grandma's soup.
Nice.
The return of the mythical soup.
And the snowhead soup, too. Need pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Need cheese, need fish.
The only problem with that is, it seems like this game is set in the summer, and pumpkins are a fall squash, so...
Well, Skyward Sword.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So. Those are sky pumpkins that mark.
Oh. Splitting hairs. But
so let's, yeah.
There's a jump button, folks.
Oh, yeah. There's a jump button. Now you can, your movements make noise. And the more noise you make, the more likely you are to attract enemies.
Yep, there's a stealth meter.
Yeah. Some of those enemies you want to avoid. Trust me.
The big old Guardians. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that look like the Octoroks on steroids.
I loved his reasoning is, when he played the first Zelda, he thought Octoroks were huge. And then he thought, okay, we'll do that. And then he's like, well, giant octopus would be gross looking. So let's make it a robot.
Right. And these things aren't to be trifled with. They blast you for 8 hearts.
They are those dumb lion guys from Link Between Worlds.
Oh, yeah.
Hate them.
Yeah, I was almost going to say the Guardians from Skyward Sword, but you can't hurt them.
Mm-hmm. They haven't shown us the bow and arrow at all. They've been very conscious to not show that.
Well,
they showed it when he was hunting. But
yeah.
They haven't shown that
not the
crazy arrow that exploded or whatever.
The one from the trailer, yeah, the rune version of it.
So yeah, let's move on to runes real fast. Let's see, we have freeze, magnet, stasis. I think I saw fireball one. I don't think I'm missing any more from the...
Yeah, magnet, stasis, and the ice one, yeah. And the bombs, technically, yeah.
So, freeze does exactly what you think. It makes an ice block and freezes a body of water that you can push and block along. Magnesis lets you pick up any metal from a set distance away and huck it around as you prefer. Apparently, and I don't know how accurate this is because I don't know if you can play with it in the demo, you can throw your weapon, pick it up with magnesis, and use it to fight an enemy from far away. Which would be neat.
Insanely awesome.
Yeah. And then stasis is the one I think is going to have a lot of fun for people who just want to mess around. You freeze an object, not literally freeze, but you basically turn off its potential energy, and then you whack it as many times as you can with a hammer, a sword, whatever, and then when stasis is released, all that kinetic energy is built up and makes it rocket forward.
Yep, the example given was hitting a giant boulder.
Yes. I'm sure I saw, I guess Game Explain got a private showing, and they got into an area that wasn't in the demo, and they used it to solve a puzzle with gears, which I thought was interesting. The way they explained it is they could have froze the gear they needed to climb, but they decided to freeze the gear that turned the entire assembly and climb that way. So it's kind of cool how you can use that. Also, the problem with freezing that one gear is when it turned off, it would have moved much faster. So. Right.
And these runes are all in shrines.
Yeah, there's 100 little mini dungeons called shrines, and they each give you an ability or an item. They're almost completely optional, apparently.
Right.
But you do get something for getting all 100. I'm thinking the classic hero outfit.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So those aren't dungeons, folks.
No, they have not mentioned how many dungeons there are, but...
And whatever runes you got, you can take and use them in the real world.
Yes. They are encouraging you to explore and mess around and just have fun. And I love it.
Thanks to all these weapons, you're going to have so many fun ways to kill it.
Mm-hmm. And you get a hang glider.
After you get, I think, a couple runes, yeah.
Yeah, which I love.
Yeah, not everybody in the demo thought they had one, but some of them fell to their deaths.
You fools, check your inventory.
Well, another neat feature for maybe some faster travel on hills, you can actually ride on your shield.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I wasn't. Everyone kept mentioning shield surfing, and I thought they were making the Twilight Princess joke.
Oh, no, it's quite cool.
Oh, cool.
You can ride your shield, and you're free up to use your bow and arrow and your weapon.
That makes me sure that you can use it while you're hang gliding, too, so you can start fires to keep yourself aloft.
Right.
So that'll be interesting.
Link also gets an equivalent of basically witch time with fury attacks.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
I definitely want to get into more combat videos when they go up.
The stamina meter is upgradable, so thank you.
I imagine it'll eventually be as long as your health bar at max.
I like how the shrines have showed a lot of creativity on how to get things done.
Yeah.
For example, that one shrine, I think you get the Cryos pillars. You can either make pillars and climb up that way, or if you already have the Magnesis rune, you can just grab the treasure chest with that. So in theory, you could grab a treasure chest with the mag, kill an enemy with the treasure chest, and then open it.
That's amazing.
And be careful though, treasure chests can actually break in this game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Permanently?
Well, certain ones anyway. I saw one get...
We'll see. I don't think they would lock you out of an item like that, so it's probably, just like ones that have junk in them.
Well, we've yet to see any, like, huge key items where you raise them above your head.
Yeah.
We didn't get any. We didn't get any heart containers, nothing like that either.
Yeah, that is a little odd.
The only way you extended your health with certain foods, they'll give you temporarily more health until I guess you lose it all.
Oh, there's definitely heart pieces, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't get them in a traditional way anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what if when you beat a boss, you rip its heart out of its chest and eat it?
That is Pandora's tower, basically, sir.
Now it's Zelda's tower.
It's Ganon's tower, sir.
Yes, yes. So I think, we've covered all the major stuff.
Well, I guess, we're gonna try a hint of story, even though we don't have much of it.
Nah, I mean, there's nothing really to go on yet. Ganon is a cloud in Hyrule Castle, and before he was a cloud, he messed Hyrule up something fierce.
Yes.
And that's all we have, really.
A lot of folks are speculating this is in the Fallen Hero timeline, then.
It might be, because it's the only...
So, I think maybe the Shrine of Resurrection, either they're bringing the Link that failed back.
It's possible.
Imagine Link from another timeline.
I think we'll see.
They made sure not to show off any, like, spoilery stories in that.
Yeah.
Like, apparently after finishing a couple of the rune stuff, you are treated to some story, but they shut all the demos off.
Yeah, I heard that too. So, you get some, I guess you get some information fairly quick.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, they said, like, you could go from the beginning of the game to the final boss without interacting with, like, anything.
Yeah.
You mean, you're probably gonna die.
Oh, you'll definitely die. There's no way around that.
I mean, watch people try to get all the way to Ganon at the end, but they pull, you need silver arrows and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I granted, with all this freedom and stuff, speedrunners are gonna be salivating.
Oh, definitely.
But it might take a good while before the first good route is found. Where it's like, okay, I have to go get this first, because otherwise maybe I'll die to, maybe I have to go through the mountains first.
Yeah.
I have to worry about shrugging off cold damage from...
The player's guide is going to be huge for this game.
It better not be done by Prima Games.
I want, the guys who did, Xenoblade.
That was Prima.
Was it Prima?
Yeah.
The only issue I have with it is they don't know how to alphabetize things. So, sorry we had a bit of a hiccup there. We were talking about the manual, or the player's guide, I should say.
Yeah, I did the Xenoblade guide, but it was still kind of lacking.
Well, yeah, nothing in it was alphabetized. Which made looking for anything completely annoying.
There's stuff they just plain missed, dude.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They don't tell you anything about the postgame.
I mean, the guide looks pretty, but I wish it had more art. But then again, I found out that there is a Xenoblade Chronicles X art book out there.
Yeah.
Just like they did, neither of which have been glazed yet, but come on.
I think Prima's the only one who does guides anymore, though.
I think Pokemon Company is doing their own guides for some.
Oh, yeah.
So
Theirs are terrible, too, though.
that's true, X and Y's were abysmal.
I like we split the Pokedex in half or something because they didn't want to.
Oh.
Because they wanted to sell you a second volume.
You will never get anything equivalent to the Diamond and Pearl Complete National Pokedex. Probably the most comprehensive tome I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, we're talking about Pokemon for some reason. But back to Zelda.
Amiibo!
Let's just cross fingers and hope that the guide comprehensive than the Xenoblade one.
If been by Prima, yeah, I doubt it, but...
Let's hope they at least alphabetize what's in there. I don't think Link is going to have a bunch of different quests, but you never know.
I guess that means Zelda will be at the very end.
Well, at least the mini dungeons. Put them in order, either in order of difficulty that they seem to think it would be, or
by region.
Well, I would prefer alphabetical by region because each one is headed by a sage. But even if they'll probably just put a whole big list, then just put them alphabetical and tell me where it is, and I'll hit them up.
Yeah, I wonder how long they'll be working on this guide, because...
Well, they've got 5 or 6 months. Though I've heard horror stories, they sometimes only have like 2 months.
And that person, whoever's doing the guide, is under probably some huge NDA.
Oh, definitely. So, the last thing we get to talk about is the amiibo.
And they are gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. We'll wait and see what they actually look like when they come out, but for now we get Hunting Link and Guardian Link. Or not Guardian Link, just normal Link.
Yeah, Bow and Arrow Link and Rider Link.
Okay. And then a Guardian, one of those octopi enemies.
Which, barring Mega Yarn Yoshi, is the biggest episode.
Hush. Yes, my dog agrees.
Excellent. I knew that they would.
It is pretty big. It's probably not going to be $15, which I'm a little bummed about, but...
It's posable limbs, too.
That thing is going to break.
So, hide all of your Lucinas and Palutenas and all your other female amiibo.
Oh, I'm sure Tumblr will be adrift with those very soon.
They're probably disappointed they haven't showed Zelda off yet. How can we make porn of the new one?
Well, think there'll be a Zelda?
Yeah, I think she's the voice.
Well, I mean, as an amiibo. I know there's going to be a Zelda.
Oh, yeah, Nintendo wants money, so of course.
Okay, so yeah, we said it'd be Series 2.
Yeah, Series 2 to not be so spoilery, I guess, of the game.
I guess if you know what Zelda looks like right away, that would blow something up.
Yeah, especially if it's story-driven, too. Maybe she's kind of messed up right now, too, because I assume she's the only one that's keeping Ganon in check right now.
Yeah.
But
she gets some crap jobs.
She does. Being the vassal of the goddess Hylia.
Well, the reincarnation.
So we don't know what any of those amiibo do yet.
No, just we know what Wolflink does. And that leads to a hidden mechanic that they didn't mention, but it's playing in the game. If you use Wolflink, summon Wolflink from Twilight Princess, and he'll help you hunt and fight enemies.
Which is fantastic.
Which implies you'll be able to train animals to help you hunt and fight enemies.
Yeah,
I'm a squirrel.
I'm thinking that there's going to be a like a nature calling kind of rune where taming's a lot easier.
It could even be like, did you play that quest in Xenoblade where you blow something to the face? You won't get in as many times as that guy did, but...
Well, that's awesome, man.
That would be funny.
So Wolflink is only as strong as your Twilight Princess, as you made him there.
Yes, so I hope you got all the heart pieces.
I got all but one, so I'm good.
12? Oh, sorry. I don't know if I saved them to my Wolflink before I got the game. But I'll live.
Some folk, this is completely optional, so you don't need to tap them in if you think it's going to ruin your immersion in the game.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be like a dog or something you get later. It's probably a continuation of Buddies from Twilight Princess. So you'll get a hawk. Wasn't that in one of the early...
What? This game?
Yeah. Link with a hawk or no?
Well, you see birds and stuff.
Yeah. I think you'll get a hawk, and it can things for you. You'll get a dog. That'd be nice.
You probably can underwater ones, too.
An eel or something.
Giant freaking shark. You Link ride a shark. I don't know what I would do. I feel like this is Nirvana here.
Link riding on...
Oh, could you imagine him standing on a turtle?
Yeah, actually, I could see. It seems more in line for him.
Come on, buddy. Gonna go after Ganon. Just set the waypoint for the castle to fight Ganon, and you go to your turns.
He'll be there eventually.
Come on, Dusty. We'll get there.
So before the weather kills us off again, I think that's it for this episode. But we could talk for hours. We didn't even broach weather.
Yeah. Time of day, weather.
Yeah.
Link doesn't have to sleep, but he will just to make time go by.
So, yeah, that's why I think, like I mentioned, when you're in the desert, you're definitely just going to want to travel at night.
So, I wonder if one of the risks of traveling at night be, though, maybe you'd run risk of bandits trying to attack you at night, though.
More than likely.
there might be a X percentage of like you'll be allowed to sleep easily, or maybe something that'll say like you hear footsteps outside, so you have to get ready to fight.
Yeah, that'll be cool. But yeah, here we go. We're gonna keep talking.
Right?
I think we are definitely gonna do more episodes in Zelda.
Yeah,
As
because
we go on.
they said obviously we're gonna get more info. I think. Well, by the end of the year we'll get more info.
Oh,
and,
definitely.
yeah. So I would be surprised if this game gets its own at least maybe tutor for itself.
Mm-hmm. I think we're gonna see the it might get a direct after E3, but we'll see though.
Yeah.
I would bet they're gonna release this early.
The website says available 2017. So only the Mario one. And I don't know about Monster Hunter ones.
We might not get the Monster Hunter ones. They're for a game series that isn't out here, but we'll see. We'll see.
Right. So it's so tempting to talk on and on about Zelda, but we're gonna leave all those rumors, speculations, where you think it goes in the timeline, and all that kind of video stuff, maybe for another time when
when everyone's here and Pat can say he doesn't care.
I'm gonna buy the game anyway.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of that. I just want to be surprised.
Well, he is such a weird sense.
He's gonna surprise them.
Yes, he will.
Second he sees that jump button.
I actually feel like we should record his reaction.
Right?
The highest viewed video we'll ever have. Pat going, what the hell is going on?
Oh my lord!
So with that, I'm going to take us to our pre-recorded end crawl, and we will see you next week. Thank you for listening to Robot House Podcast. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content, and you can follow us at the following places. Twitter at King Riptor, Facebook, facebook.com/robothousepodcast. You can follow Steve on Otaku Henshin, facebook.com/Otaku Henshin Online, and otakuhenshin.com for the store itself. If you have any questions or comments, there's a Google Doc link in the show notes. We'll answer anything you put on there, unless it's, rude or something. So feel free to use it, and we will see you next week. Thank you for listening to Robot House Podcast. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content, and you can follow us at the following places. Twitter at King Riptor, Facebook, facebook.com/robothousepodcast. You can follow Steve on Otaku Henshin, facebook.com/Otaku Henshin Online, and otakuhenshin.com for the store itself. If you have any questions or comments, there's a Google Doc link in the show notes. We'll answer anything you put on there, unless it's, rude or something. So feel free to use it, and we will see you next week.